Hello friends, today we will discuss the external features of pons. You can see this is the inferior surface of brain. Here you can see the brain stem, ventral aspect of brain stem from above downward, midbrain, then pons, then medulla oblongata. Today we will discuss about the pons. Okay, you know about this pons, that this is the middle part of the brain stem and situated between the midbrain and medulla oblongata. It is approximately 2.5 centimeter long, okay, and forms the upper part of the floor of fourth ventricle on its posterior aspect. As I told you in the last video, this is the floor of fourth ventricle. Lower part of floor of fourth ventricle is formed by the medulla, while its upper part of the fourth ventricle is formed by the ventral aspect of this pons. Okay, so this is present in the posterior cranial fossa on the clivus. Now this is its ventral surface. You can see this is the convex in both the direction, okay, and laterally it continues as a peduncle known as the middle cerebellar peduncle. You can see here, this is middle cerebellar peduncle, goes to the cerebellum on either side. Here is another cerebellar peduncle, middle cerebellar peduncle goes to the cerebellum. So first of all, ventral aspect. Okay, on the ventral aspect you can see there are the transverse striations. You can see transverse striating fibers. These are the fibers, okay. These fibers forms the pontocerebellar fibers or transverse pontine fibers, which goes from the pons to the cerebellum via the middle cerebellar peduncle, okay. And on this surface, ventral surface, you can see this is the vertical groove. This is known as the basilar groove because it lodges the basilar artery, okay. And one more very important thing on this surface, you can see here, this is the trigeminal nerve attached on its lateral aspect of ventral surface. There is a emergence of trigeminal nerve, okay. Medially there is a medial root, laterally there is a lateral root, and from the lateral root we can make a vertical imaginary line which divides the pons with middle cerebellar peduncle, okay. Now its borders, you can see this is the superior border. At this superior border, this is the superior border, you can see there are two peduncles which looks like embedded in the pons. These are the two cerebral peduncles. These are the two cerebral peduncles embedded in the pons, okay. And this is the superior border of pons. This superior border of pons gives relation to the superior cerebellar artery. Superior cerebellar arteries which intervene the oculomotor and trochlear nerve, okay. Here now its inferior aspect, here there is a inferior border of pons, okay. Here inferior border of pons, there is a inferior border. At this inferior border, the anterior inferior cerebellar artery curves, okay. So at the level of superior border, superior cerebellar artery. At the level of inferior border, there is a presence of anterior inferior cerebellar artery. Now come to its dorsal aspect or its posterior aspect, which you cannot see in this section. Here I have discussed about this surface. Here there is an emergence of trigeminal nerve. These are the, you can see these are the cut section of middle cerebellar peduncles. Okay, here on either side. Now I am discussing the dorsal aspect or posterior aspect of the pons. The dorsal aspect or dorsal surface of the pons is covered by, obviously you can say, is covered by middle cerebellar peduncle. Okay, and by this middle cerebellar peduncle, the cerebellum covers this posterior surface or dorsal surface. Okay. Now in between the cerebellum and this dorsal surface, there is a cavity of fourth ventricle, and the cavity of fourth ventricle dorsally is formed by the floor of fourth ventricle. So you can say the floor of fourth ventricle, you can say upper half of the floor of fourth ventricle actually is formed by the dorsal surface of pons. Okay, it is, you can see it is triangular in section. Okay, and the further details of the dorsal aspect, or you can say the floor of fourth ventricle, will be taught in the video you will see in the floor of fourth ventricle. So this is all about the pons. Thank you.
Attachment of three cranial nerves from medial to lateral, abducens nerve, facial nerve, and the third one which we can see here is the vestibulocochlear nerve. Posterior surface of the pons, it forms the upper part of the floor of the fourth ventricle. So this is the posterior surface of the pons, which forms the upper part of the floor of the fourth ventricle, whereas the lower part of the floor of fourth ventricle is formed by the upper open part of the posterior surface of medulla oblongata. So this is the floor of the fourth ventricle, in which we can see in the midline there is a sulcus known as the median sulcus. So this is the median sulcus, and this diamond shaped fossa is known as rhomboid fossa or the floor of the fourth ventricle. The inferior angle of this fossa is known as the obex. So this point here, inferior angle, it is known as the obex. This is the median sulcus. Now here we can see there are transversely running white fibers across the floor. These fibers are known as stria medullaris. The stria medullaris fibers divide the diamond shaped floor into two triangles. This is the upper triangle, which is formed by posterior surface of pons, and the lower triangle, which is formed by the posterior surface of upper open part of medulla. The fibers of the stria medullaris arise from the arcuate nuclei. The arcuate nuclei are located anterior to pyramid, and the fiber arising from arcuate nuclei, they run dorsally through the substance of medulla oblongata and then across the floor of the fourth ventricle to the opposite side and go via the inferior cerebellar peduncle to the cerebellum. So these fibers are the stria medullaris. Below stria medullaris, that is a part of the medulla oblongata, we can see two smaller triangles. One, the medial triangle here, whose apex is at obex. So this triangle is the hypoglossal triangle, Beneath hypoglossal triangle is situated the hypoglossal nucleus, which is a motor nucleus. Lateral to this triangle we can see another triangle here whose apex is directed up. So this triangle is a vagal triangle. The apex of the vagal triangle, which is a depressed point, is known as inferior fovea. So this is the inferior fovea. So here now we can see clearly on each side medial triangle, this is a hypoglossal triangle whose apex is down, and the lateral triangle whose apex is here facing up. This is vagal triangle. Deep to vagal triangle is located dorsal motor nucleus of vagus, which is a parasympathetic nucleus. Now here between gracile tubercle, this is the gracile tubercle, and the vagal triangle there is an area. This area is known as area postrema. Area postrema is a vomiting center and it is devoid of blood-brain barrier. So there is no blood-brain barrier in area postrema. When we see the upper part of the floor, on each side of median sulcus, we see longitudinal elevation. This is medial eminence. This is medial eminence. Lateral to medial eminence, we can see again a depressed point. This is the superior fovea. This is the superior fovea. And lateral to medial eminence, this imaginary line, lateral to medial eminence and joining superior fovea with the inferior fovea, this is the sulcus limitans. So here we can see on each side, this is the sulcus limitans joining superior fovea with inferior fovea. Medial to sulcus limitans will be the motor area, and lateral to sulcus limitans is the sensory or vestibular area. In the lower part of the medial eminence, there are rounded elevations on each side. So this rounded elevation is known as facial colliculus. So this is the facial colliculus. Beneath facial colliculus, we can see the fibers of facial nerve winding around the abducent nerve nucleus, and because of that, it produces surface elevation, that is the facial colliculus. Also here in this part, upper part, superior to superior fovea, this area is bluish in color. This area is known as locus ceruleus. So these are the important features in the floor of the fourth ventricle.